Why, hello, you amazing, beautiful people, and welcome back to another first time reaction video. So, about like 2 weeks or so ago, we reacted to a college football video where we got to see all the incredible atmosphere, all the incredible crowd responses and reactions from football games and football matches and just moments in football, and seeing the crowds and the stadiums and just the showmanship around it. And it was insane. It was absolutely freaking insane. And I asked all of you to give me some recommendations. I said, like, this is something that is so alien here in the UK. We just don't have anything to compare to that at all. Like, even as passionate and huge as football is here, it's not like this. So I wanted some recommendations. And this is one of the videos that I saw a bunch of people recommending. Got a lot of likes, a lot of upvotes, and that is why the world finds American sports strange. And people said, check this video out, it's very interesting. So that's what we're gonna do today. And once again, I'm passing the question off to you guys, right? Give me some recommendations. Are there any American style videos you want me to check out? They don't need to be football related, they can be documentaries, they can be anything around American culture, American history, anything like that. I'd love to check out more reactions. And for now, huge shout out to Tifo Sports by The Athletic. Link to their channel is going to be in the description. If you like these, like and subscribe. Have an awesome weekend. And let's jump into my first time of reaction to why the world finds American sports strange.
Popular sport in America. It's also the most popular entertainment product, period. But by a quirk of US sports, it does not actually
The most popular entertainment product, period. What does that mean? What do they mean by that? What does that mean? Isn't like Formula One the like richest sport in the world? And I thought football was like the most popular like sport in the world.
sell the most tickets or enjoy the strongest hold over communities. That's college football. But this is a fact that the rest of the world finds strange. Why is a non-professional sports league the best attended in the world?
The title of the video is a little bit interesting. I might change it in my title because I'm well confused, and I've asked this question. Why is it so popular? I've wanted to know this too. This is a great video.
Despite the NFL being the most popular professional league in America, it is not the biggest crowd puller. The NFL is also the premium TV product in the US, dominating any list of most watched programs of any genre in any year. In 2024, it is 100% certain that the 58th Super Bowl on February 11th, staged in Las Vegas, will be the most watched event in America that year, regardless of which two teams are playing. But there's another arm of US sports that sells way more tickets. And
that's actually incredibly interesting. So if the event is always going to be the most watched, regardless of the sports, regardless of the teams, why? So do the teams not bring in the crowd? Do people just want to watch it in general? Is it more like a community kind of thing?
It has entire communities obsessed. The biggest crowd puller in all of American sports and global sport is college football. Or in other words...
Now I don't know. Do I agree with that? Honestly, I don't know. I'd like to see some statistics. I would say based off the stadiums and the size and everything I've seen, that could be a fact. That could be like that. Like the video we checked out last week. I want to see some statistics, but that I reckon I wouldn't be surprised. Are you kidding me? College football stadiums look nuts.
Football teams from U.S. universities playing against each other.
Yeah, so
in the NFL, the average paying attendance across the league was nearly 70,000 per a game. The next best attended pro league was the Bundesliga, Germany's top soccer division, where the most recently completed season in 2022-2023 had average attendances at almost 43,000 fans per match.
Okay, I like this. I said I want statistics, and this is exactly what we've got here. Damn. So when they say entertainment, they mean people turning up to watch the games live. That is interesting. Couple of things. First, absolutely NFL dominates. However, I will give a little caveat to Germany here and the rest of the world when it comes to sports. A lot of countries don't have stadiums like America. Like, you guys have your college football stadiums are bigger than our biggest stadium in all of UK. Like, it is big. Your smaller ones are bigger than our biggest one. Like, all national football stadiums don't have anywhere near the capacity that your stadiums do. So, and the games are what, once a week? So yeah, like that, keep that in mind. All right. And it's the same in like Europe as well. So the average stadium is way smaller. Like you're looking at maybe like a like a 50,000 person capacity.
The English Premier League averaged 42,100 fans during that same period. College football dwarfs those numbers. No fewer than 19 university teams had bigger average home attendances in the 2023 season
than the NFL as well.
The NFL's 2023 average of 69,478. 7 of those college football teams, from the Michigan Wolverines to teams representing the universities of Penn State, Ohio State,
Saying Wolverines for some reason instantly just reminds me of Red Dawn. I haven't seen that movie in ages.
Tennessee, Texas, Louisiana State, and Alabama had average attendances in 2023 of more than 100,000 fans per home game.
Per
The reigning
game!
champion Michigan Wolverines average attendance.
How many games do they have? How many games are there per home game?
In 2023 was 109,971, which is actually higher than the official capacity of their stadium. This isn't because tickets are cheap. In 2024, the average ticket...
Wait. How is that even That doesn't even make... Something's wrong with the numbers, surely, right? That doesn't make any sense. This building can hold 1,000 people. Oh, how many people did you hold daily last year? 20,000 people a day. I know it wasn't that much of a jump, but how? How is it more? How does that even work? People stand outside.
$82.50, which is about 65 pounds or 75 euros.
That's not too
Some
bad.
soccer fans will be familiar with Michigan's stadium, nicknamed the Big House. The 2014 summer-friendly match between Manchester United and Real Madrid attracted more than 109,000 fans. Another mind-blowing figure is that between 1975 and the start of the COVID pandemic in 2020, the Michigan Wolverines played 293 consecutive home games in front of paying crowds that never dipped below 100,000. The average attendance across 44 years was 106,918 fans per game.
Why? Why that many people? What? I don't understand. You're telling me, but it's a fucking college, man. It's a college. It's a university. And it blows my mind. I went to college and university. I cannot imagine this being the case of any of the stuff I went to. Granted, America is way bigger, but still, that's fucking nuts.
Consider this. Among the 20 most watched TV shows in the history of
crazy.
American television, 19 of them have been Super Bowls. And the 20th was the last episode ever of the war comedy drama MASH in
But that is crazy, by the way. I've never seen MASH, but the fact that a random show made it on the list, well done, MASH.
1983, which drew nearly 106 million viewers. And yet, college football as a centerpiece in U.S. culture is...
To bring in that many viewers at that time in history is insane.
It's a phenomenon. 16 of the biggest 20 sports stadiums in the U.S., measured by capacity, are...
Did every single TV in America have that on then? Like, how did it bring in that many people? Like, especially with how much more prominent TV is now.
The homes of college football teams.
How many more people
Pick
there are?
any state in America, and there's a good chance that the college football head coach is the highest paid public employee in that state. At the start of 2024, no fewer than 36 college football head coaches in the U.S. earned basic annual pay of $5 million or more, and at least 84 of them were earning more than $1 million per year.
I don't understand. Are they at the college? Like, are they there with other professors and shit? Do they go to the staff room? Like these like millionaire freaking coaches, they're in the staff room and they just look around the staff room and there's just like the English teacher, the history teacher, and they're just all chilling in there. What the fuck?
For sports fans everywhere else in the world, this will be mind-boggling.
It is!
That college
it is
and
crazy.
university sports
It
team
is
coaches
insane.
earn 7 figures basic. Nick Saban at Alabama, most considered one of the greatest college football coaches of all time, was earning $11.4 million a year to coach their football team. Dabo Swinney at Clemson University in South Carolina earns nearly $11 million a year basic. In 2022,
Are these people like... How does this work then? Does it not just like disrupt the entire freaking campus? Aren't they just like technically celebrities then? Like all the football players that are at this college games. I don't understand how it works. You're telling me, right? You have a university, okay? And you have teachers at this university. and they all hang out with the coach, who's a multi-millionaire. And what, the rest of the teachers just aren't, but they all hang out at the same thing. They're all employed under the same thing. So does the head teacher just employ all of them? How much does the head teacher get paid then? That is ridiculous. And who pays that salary? Where does that even come from? And then you have this giant stadium, and it's full of 100,000 people every single freaking week. And then the players, I'm guessing, are just like super famous, but they still go to that university? What the fuck is this?
He signed a contract extension to stay in his post to 2031 in a deal worth $115 million total. TV contracts to screen college games are worth billions per year, which underpins the university's ability to spend up to hundreds of millions of dollars per year on their sports teams.
I've heard this, but I don't know how true it is. Do they not get paid? Like the players? So you're telling me, I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is true, it's a little bit confusing how there's so much money in this, but the money never goes to the kids? What do they get out of it?
So, college football is amazingly popular in the US. But why? History is important because US collegiate sport has a rich and far-reaching past, certainly relative to other major sports. A football game.
What's the fucking point in the NFL at this point? Is that literally just where the college players go? Is that what it is then? So it's like once you graduate college, you just go in the NFL. Is that why it even exists?
The game between Princeton and Rutgers University in November 1869 is viewed by many historians as the first collegiate football game, even though it incorporated elements of soccer and rugby. The first Super Bowl didn't happen until 1967.
Well, isn't American football just from that anyway? So it makes sense that the first college football game would be a hybrid of English. Well, I say English football, but just when I say football, I'll say football. I mean like what we know as Brits as football, and I'll say American football is what you guys know as football. But like American football was just a hybrid of football and rugby, right? Isn't that like, I mean, it just said there, like the first game was a hybrid, and then it's developed into this. I really want to sit down and watch a full game one day. I still have never.
Many major college football rivalries of today date back to the 1880s. Michigan first played Notre Dame in 1887. Other college football rivalries that date back to that time include the Battle of the Brothers, clean old-fashioned hate, and Battle for Highway 92. College football is embedded.
Battle for Highway 92. Did they get the highway? You won the highway.
College football is embedded even in the military academies. The Army versus Navy game dates back to 1890. That fixture is one of the most enduring rivalries in college football. The Army-Navy game has often been attended by the U.S. president and has been televised nationally.
Is that still a thing now, the Army-Navy game? I would check out that, man. I'd check out an Army-Navy game. That sounds kind of cool.
Since 1945. The U.S. Army, Navy, and Air Force all play games in college football leagues. Their respective coaches at the end of 2023 were Jeff Monken from Army, Brian Newberry from Navy, and Troy Calhoun of Air Force. They respectively earned $2 million, $1.6 million, and $1.7 million a year. They
chump change compared to the other guy, man. Just a measly $1.7 million. Come on, bro. That's like not even that much. Jesus Christ. By the way, if anyone doesn't get the sarcasm, that's fuckloads.
Are the three highest paid people in the entire U.S. military.
There you go.
A 4-star general, the highest ranked soldier in America, earns $212,000 a year.
It's pretty good, though.
Layered onto the importance of...
I mean, wait. Random question. So in the military, at least here in the UK, if you're in the military, your military earnings aren't usually taxed. They're like untaxed earnings. So if you work in the military, all that money is just going straight to your pocket, and you get like deductibles and certain benefits and that sort of stuff. Is it the same in America, or do you guys not have that in America? Because if a British military person was earning like 1.7 million, that would be going to them. Like, there would be no government taking anything from them.
History in college football is the collegiate affiliation of students who
is it like that in America?
Universities where football has been such an integral part of their college life. These alumni run into many millions at the biggest universities in America. College football is massive, especially in parts of America where there have been few to no professional teams, including in the Midwest and South, and the game day experience.
By professionals, they mean NFL. So that explains, if you don't have a big like professional team in your sort of area, then you might just go to college football.
Is also fundamental, including the tailgating tradition of cooking food and drinking out of the back of your car. Throw academic
kinda
and
nice.
city rivalry into the pot, and college football's popularity has another source, alongside broader issues such as community, local identity, and in many cases, tradition that professional sports can't match.
This is mind-blowing.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel.
That video is kind of interesting. Huge shout out to the channel, by the way. World Cup or Super Bowl, which one is bigger? I can't speak for, I mean, I can speak, but I can't speak for the actual numbers because I don't know. But what I can say is, as far as I am aware, as far as I'm aware, from what I know, the World Cup is crazy big. It's just massive. If you think about it this way, the Super Bowl is America, right? That's America. And although I will say Super Bowl is definitely becoming more popular around the world. I mean, even here in the UK, people know when it's on now, and they never used to like 5 years ago. But now it's definitely become like more of an event here, which is interesting. But the UK and America are quite closely tied. So I don't know if that's happening for the rest of Europe, or it's just because, you know, we're British, you guys are American, we've got a special connection. So maybe it's that. Our cultures and people overlap quite a lot, don't they? So maybe it's that. But yeah, the World Cup is the world. It's everybody, including America. Like, it's everybody. So it's kind of hard because the capacity is way bigger. Wasn't it viewed by like 3 billion, like something at some point? The numbers are nuts. Like if you type in, I could just do a quick Google search. This isn't me throwing any shade, by the way. It's just that video at the end. Most viewed World Cup. Let's have a look. 1.12 billion people watch the World Cup. There you go. That's fucking insane. Oh my word. The FIFA World Cup engaged 5 billion fans across social media. 5 billion. There you go. I thought I heard that 5 billion number from somewhere. That is nuts. The World Cup of Rugby brings in 800 million viewers. The Champions League, 145 million views. The Cricket World Cup does massive as well. 1.6 billion. Oh my God. How many people watch cricket, man? That is crazy. The viewership in the 2018 World Cup was estimated to be 3.57 billion. Close to half the world's population. The numbers are insane. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the World Cup. We're here to talk about American football. Now, regardless of all those numbers, like I said, it's weird comparing the two because they're very different events. So, because I would say the best way to compare the Super Bowl and the World Cup is not to compare the two, because the World Cup is a world event, and it's the same with any other World Cup event, like cricket, rugby, football, right? They're all World Cup events. Where America shines with their sport, where America shines with the Super Bowl, is the fact that it pulls in the views it does for being an America-only event. So if you're going to compare the Super Bowl with anything, you shouldn't be comparing it with the World Cup. You should be comparing the Super Bowl with any other national sport, any other national cup, any other national sport. Then you start seeing crazy numbers, right? Then you start seeing like that the Super Bowl is crazy. Because I feel like you get all these unfair comparisons when you go like Super Bowl and World Cup, because that's not fair. Like if you're gonna like fairly compare the Super Bowl, you need to compare the Super Bowl to other national cups. That's what you need to do, because that's what the Super Bowl essentially is. It's a national cup, right? So that's where I think it's fair. And if you start doing that, it's crazy how big the Super Bowl is. If you start nationally comparing it, it's nuts, right? And to keep that in mind, we're not even talking about that. That's the NFL. We're talking about the fucking college football. And college football brings in more live attendees than that. Than the big freaking giant event Super Bowl we just talked about. College football is bringing on more of an average than the games that lead up to that massive national American event. That is crazy. Over 109,000 people attended the games for the Wolverines for 44 years. 100,000 people week in, week out, over nearly 300 freaking games. 100,000 people turned up. That alone is mind-blowing. And it's for a fucking university sporting event. America! What? I gotta go to one of these games. I've got to. I have to do it. I'm going to, man. You mark my words. I'm going to one. There'll be a video on this channel at some point, and it'll be British guy goes to his first college football game. I'm going to fly over there. I asked you guys what would be the best kind of game to see. Is there one I should try and go to? If I wanted to like have the best experience, where do I go? What's the first game I do? What do I go see that I leave and I'm like, that was incredible. What do I do? What's going to have the best crowd, the best moments, just going to be full of love and fun? What's the best one? What do I do? And don't take your bias into it of your ones. Be completely unbiased and just say, all right, as an outsider, if you want the best experience, go here. Like that, like just tell me. I've got to see this. Because from a British person's perspective, you lot are crazy, but in the best way, if I'm being honest. You're not crazy in the sense that I'm like, this is well weird. You're crazy in the sense that I wish we had this. I wish we had this. We can never pull it off with our like size of our country. We just couldn't do it. But I wish we could, man. I wish we could. Like the county I live in, that is more people than the entire county attending one game, by the way. That is insane. That puts things into perspective. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my reaction. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you want to check out next. This was insane. As always, my friends, like and subscribe, and you will see me in the next video.